For highly competitive athletes, injuries harbor both physical and emotional pain. The physical pain is noticeable on the surface. You can get knocked down. But the emotional pain can last a lot longer. Fixating on a long path to recovery can make that even more difficult. Jackson Roberts reports on how one young man conquered his adversity for his shot at a dream.
For 19-year-old Turner DePalma, sports falls nothing short of an essential piece to his identity.
I started with baseball, I think, probably. I actually played soccer too, but everybody also plays soccer when they're young. Then I played football, starting with flag football, and basketball I also played, but I wasn't a huge fan of it at first.
The Ithaca native was your average multi-sport athlete as a kid, but his family's ties to sports run long-lasting, and the connection they have to this program next door spanned across his entire childhood. With his mother Mary earning a PhD there, his sister Taylor just graduating last year, and his father Bernie having been at the core of the athletic training program there for nearly 3 decades, it was easy access to Division I competition right up the road, spurring an interest not only in the game of football, but also where DePalma had his sights set on after high school.
So I grew up around Cornell football, so I went to all their practices and stuff.
As quarterback in high school, DePalma was at the helm of the offense. How the team performed and the direction of the game was within his control. Unfortunately, some things were not.
I'm actually going to ask all three of you this. What were you thinking right when you go down? Were you thinking about the then and now, or did you know right away, have a feeling that this could be something long-term?
Saw him go down, and I instantly knew that it was very serious because he gets up quickly after the plays. It doesn't dawdle, and he's almost never down.
Having played sports and football for so many years, I've been like nicked up here and there. And after that happened, it felt like something different. It definitely felt like it shouldn't have happened. So my coach came over to me and he asked what happened, and I told him I think it's my ACL.
The tear would sideline him for the rest of the season, but not before his teammates and even the opposition were quick to show their support.
He still had his crutches, and I couldn't really get around, and he offered to give me his crutches, because not everybody's going to do that. Even though everyone's teammates, there's a couple guys that are more than teammates. They're my close friends off the field also, on the field, so they really helped me out.
One of the most critical aids came from right within the comfort of his home. The head athletic trainer at Cornell, who happens to be the head of his household. A father who wasn't new to helping one of his own children through this injury. A few years before, his daughter Taylor suffered an identical injury on the basketball court. Helping kids recover from ACL tears every day wasn't anything new for Bernie, but after back-to-back injuries to his children, he's gained a whole new perspective on the job day in and day out.
When it's your child, you're always questioning what you're doing. So as you're rehabbing through, it's on your mind 24/7. When it's not your child, you leave it at work, you come home, and you don't think about it until you see the athlete the next day. I've been doing this for 38 years, and it was much different than what I experienced.
Just as he felt obligated to rehabilitate Taylor, it was no different this time around.
I was with him every day in the weight room trying to get my knee right, and it was fun to have him as my physical therapist. It's different than if it was like a stranger or just another trainer that you didn't really know that much. So it was good. I could talk to him about more about what I was feeling, didn't have to worry about sounding too naggy about anything.
As for Turner, his goal of playing football for the team he grew up watching hadn't changed. Although he was committed to Cornell, Cornell needed to be committed to him. On top of the academic rigors of applying to an Ivy League school, wanting to play sports at that level isn't any easier. Throw an injury into the equation and the odds can be stacked up against you even more. So what was it going to be with Turner?
They all said to me nothing. When I went up to their office that Sunday, the first thing they said, there's nothing changed, tell them that we're behind them and no problems.
After passing through the admissions process, the Big Red football team welcomed him with open arms. Now suiting up as a wide receiver, DePalma's freshman year is underway. Looking to add more history to a family with sports interwoven in its DNA, DePalma now goes to work at the same place his old man does nearly every day and gets the chance to play for the same program he idolized years ago.
It's kind of surreal because I remember, watching all these Cornell football players when I was 6, 7 years old. They would actually come to my elementary school and read books to us and stuff. And it's hard to imagine that now I'm one of them, so it doesn't even seem real, but it is.
Turner DePalma can remember the fun times had on the Ithaca High School football field, but now he goes from saddling up in a little red uniform to a big red one. A new position in a new school, but the same sport in the same town.